I'm gonna throw these guys out real quick. Anyway, yeah, there's been requests to see my comic book collection. We're gonna make this a quick one. No one's really here right now, but I got some of them in the back, and we're gonna get to it. Like right now. Give me a second. All right, it's working. I'm just trying to make sure everything's up. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right, we are good. All right. We're gonna start off with some of the basics. Sorry about the music, but here we go. Can't really hit these guys. Get off my bed. Anyway. Alright, here you go. My Deadpool. Another Deadpool. Got my Young Bloods. See, I got multiple drawers as well, man. It's a lot of drawers. This is the Fantastic Four, I think from the 90s. Back in the day. Spider-Man. Yeah. Fantastic Four versus the Fantastic Four. That was the new Avengers one. Spider-Man, I'm a Spider-Man fan. Pow. This one's another Spider-Man. The Web of the Spider. What is he doing up there? Alright, Web of the Spider. Spectacular Spider-Man. And on the back you got a video game. Battletoads, classic game. Web of Spider-Man. Which is, this is another 90s comic. Came out in June. Some of them I haven't opened. The duplicate of the Web of Spider-Man. We got a classic Wolverine vs. Venom. Rare. Another Web of, we got another Web of Spider-Man. I haven't got to the good ones yet though.
Why he guessing you a collector?
Silver Surfer. What's going on, Yumi? Asuka. What up, what up? That's Silver Surfer. This is the... These are newer comics. We got some Vertigo. The Invisibles. What's going on, Asuka? Asuka. Wolverine. Let me see what's going on. What is happening? X-Men. That's with Bishop. One of my faves. And here we get into some DC. Detective Comics, Batman. It's like the Iron Batman suit. You got Shadow of the Bat. Another shadow of the bat. I got a lot of comics, man.
Asuka Z-board wants it to buy yoked already.
That's what's up. You got a copy of that. The double Spider-Mans. Oh, that black mark is just part of the plastic to keep it straight. That didn't want the comic. I keep all my comics in good condition. I need to get a vault for them. I got an X-Men one. Classic X-Men. They go Jubilee. Not many people know who that is. Oh, for those fans of the movie, Avengers Infinity War, we got the Spider-Man, Civil War. This was before Infinity War, this was Civil War. This came out in the 90s too. We'll get to these later. Then we got, we get to those last. Got some Youngblood comics, Image. Yeah, as you can see behind me, I got a lot to go through. That's my Image comics. Come up here, buddy. Another Youngbloods. And this one is like a two-sider. You flip it, like it goes halfway through, and then you flip it. It's that one, and the other one was that, which is pretty cool. I like Image comics. This one's in bad condition, Wildcats. I read the mess out of that. It's like literally falling apart. I had to get a cover for it. Then we got Sentinel Squad. That's when like the Sentinels, like I think they revamped them pretty much. Another 90s comic. Son of M, 90s comic. What else we got? Superman Unchained. This is fairly new. This is 2016, 17. And here we go, Civil War again. You can see Spider-Man in the suit that Tony Stark made him. Tony Stark here. And then you got Captain America here. This was like the Infinity War. This was the suit Spider-Man was wearing, but he was actually supposed to wear it in the Civil War, which was kind of, I don't know why they left him out of Civil War. This is a newer one too. This is when they revamped Apocalypse Story. What's going on, Matt Ledbetter?
You got sup ham and issue I?
This is when they revamped the Apocalypse Story. That was when he took Gambit and he turned Gambit into death. And then this is a continuation of that. And this is when Spider-Man first gets the suit, the same suit in Infinity War, which was actually supposed to be in Civil War, but they left Spider-Man out, even though he was a huge part of Civil War. I have some pretty nice
comics to bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. I got a lot, man. I gotta do it. It's gonna take maybe 3 weeks to go through, like, to do 3 different comic joints. I got a bunch of requests for them. And this was Apocalypse versus Dracula. We got Blood of Apocalypse. This is like one of his origin stories. We got the Legacy of Spider-Man. This is when he first became Spider-Man. When did this come out? I forgot. This was like when he first became Spider-Man, before he was battling when Uncle Ben just died. Then we got another Spider-Man. It's a multi-part one. This was out in the 90s too. And then we got Onslaught, which was a graphic novel.
How do you have the stuff above your head on the left? The PlayStation dudes.
You talking about my Japanese hats? Those are the Japanese hats the field workers wear in the fields. That's my alien. And then we got Daffy Duck and Carbonite. Hey, yeah. Then I got the lotion. Why is that over there? Anyway. But this is, I think this was the new Avengers. And like, if you open it up, you can see the other guys on the back. And it's like a big battle scene. What else we got? Another Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, this was when they were coming out with
Yo, on
hologram
the right
type.
side of you, you have floating PlayStation dudes.
Oh, you talking about those dudes? Yeah, I can get a little guy. Stop it. Get out of here. That's the dude we can play with. Hold on, let me.
You, Zach CVR. Yo, that's how I treat my wife and kids.
That was the little, yeah, that's why that little floating dude was there. But this was when they came out with the hologram comics. As you can see, I don't know if you could tell, but like, it's got like a little silver plating and it like glistens. Never got to read it. Certain ones I haven't read. Oh, I remember this one. This was the death of Spider-Man. This is when he died and came back like as a clone. I remember this one.
You, one name of that Spider-Man comic game? Legacy something?
Which one? Legacy of Spider-Man? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Let me see. You're not talking about this one? The Legacy of Spider-Man?
Yo, I missed all the streams today.
It's all good. This is the it was only one we did earlier, and it was we're doing like Call of Duty and stuff to remember John McCain since he's a war hero. This one is another Spider-Man.
Cool.
Where he gets his butt kicked. We're doing Call of Duty after this comic joint. Another spectacular Spider-Man. These are my older comics. They came out in like the 90s.
Nice comic books.
Yeah, thanks.
Sweet, yo, I respect that.
Appreciate it, Jacob. See, I always get copies just in case they become worth money. This is the first. This is Spider-Man #1 of 2099. And it had the like nice little red cover with the little glistens. I'm gonna do like 3 weeks of them. This is a Wildcats. It's an Image comic, which is the same company that DC is. I like Image. Image is pretty cool. And I keep all these in like I got a case in my locked closet or whatever.
I like 2099 superheroes.
This is the X-Men. This was out in the 90s too. Yeah, you can tell by the little things on the back. I don't even know what Crunch and Munch is. It's a type of popcorn apparently, but yeah.
DC or Marvel?
This is Marvel right here. I got a few DC with Batman. I got some more in the different section. X-Men Classic with Nightcrawler and Mystique, who happens to be Nightcrawler's mother. And see, like, you can tell by the back, like the age of the comics, like they're old, bruh. These are like early 90s. Some of them are 80s. That was a 30-year reprint. This is another 30-year.
Do you prefer DC or Marvel?
Yeah. See, this is 1963 to 1993. And this was a Wolverine. And then this was one of the Flip comics. I was big in, as you can see, I was big in the Marvel, so I collected a lot of Marvel comics. But I had some DC too. Like, this is a DC comic, which is Image. Like, I got some DC Batman comics and stuff, and I still get them to this day. Oh, here's a
I
classic.
have a Flip comic.
Here's a classic Alpha Flight. Look at, like, you could tell by the drawing style, the colors, like how old it is, man. This was probably, I want to say early 90s, maybe late 80s. And then you got Spider-Man there. You got the, you can tell by Cyclops and his visor. You see how old it is? They redesigned that visor right there. What's going on, Bowman? So this comic right here was like in the 80s, maybe the 90s. This right here was Uncanny X-Men. I'd say like early mid 90s when the cartoon was hot. Then we got X-Force. For those that don't know, you got X Factor, X Force, and then you got X-Men. And this was old too, because this was when games like this were hot. Little handheld games.
Esker.
What up, what up? Mad Ledbetter. Here's another X Force. And that's Sauron right there. He's not a pterodactyl, he is Sauron. He can talk, he has mind manipulation powers. He was a man that got turned into like a raptor. This is another 90s one with X-Men. When they used to have the action figures. That's what kids used to play with. Kids used to play with that. Here we go. We get to the Ghost Rider. This was another 90s. Oh yeah, real old. Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. That was definitely 90s. Alright, well then we got the Ghost Rider. This was like a classic one. Because this was hot, because if you open it, like right here's a hole, right here's a hole. So you open it, you just see a skull like with the red fire on there. Which was cool. We got another Image Comics with Zealot. She's fighting some Nazis.
By the way, Oscar, I blew up the kids, LOL. Yeet.
Alright, this was a What If comic. They used to come out with What Ifs, and this was like what if Captain America was a werewolf? So these comics, I don't think they make them anymore, but this came out in the 90s. This was during the 30-year anniversary.
What is up, Oscar? How are you today?
What's going on? Whoa, showing off the comic
The
book collection
Amazing
real quick
Spider-Man
before we get into
11441, March 1963, November 1998.
showing the comics off before we get into some Black Ops. This was What If, and like what if Captain America was a werewolf, and then you can see Wolverine in the back. I forgot who that is. I think she's from Alpha Flight. No, she's from X Factor X Force, because Cable was the leader of X Factor X Force. And yeah, they gotta fight Captain America because he's turning into a werewolf.
If you had that, you could get rich.
Then we got the Ghost Rider. This is just some of them, guys. I got way more. Like
The
I
What
can't
If
show
comics
you.
were sick.
It would take like hours for me to show you like all of them. This is Ghost Rider right here. I'm saving the best ones for last though. For today. I'm gonna show another one next weekend. This is a Cable. And you see all the X-Men at his feet, like basically did. This is another What If comic. This was What If Cable had destroyed the X-Men. And you can tell how old it is because you can see Cable has a mullet. And you see all the X-Men dead at his feet. That's a classic right there, guys. And this is the first one of a two-part series. I never got the second one. Oh, this one I like too. This was a Deathlock.
You have Marvel Ultimatum. What if the What If comics were still around?
Deathlock is the version of DC's Deadshot and the other guy. So yeah, and that's where like Spider-Man gets that cybernetic arm, and because his arm was injured. This is a newer comic. I got that like a few years ago. Oh, this is one of my faves right here. This was Power and Responsibility, Spider-Man, and this is where they had a clone of Spider-Man. So,
Go
and
play
then
some Overwatch.
the clone actually thought that he was a real person. Oh, What If it's still around? What if comics? Is What If comics still around? And this one was a double part too. Because on the other side you got Birth of Spider-Man. And this was it's got a nice little metallic cover. But this isn't the actual Spider-Man, this is the clone of Spider-Man, and then eventually he calls himself Scarlet Spider. And this one was the Uncanny X-Men, and you guys might not notice, but that's Iceman right there.
What if?
He's an Omega level mutant,
1977,
which is pretty cool.
February 1978,
And this one is pretty old too,
1980,
because you can tell by the people
December
behind
1980,
Professor X.
30, December 1981, 46, August 1984. Are you getting the new Spider-Man game?
Yeah, I'm
Oscar,
definitely
I
getting
had
that.
3,000 comics, but they reburned in a house fire 5 years ago.
Oh, that sucks. I still got all mine. I keep them in my chairs. I'm gonna get a lockbox for him. This is my Wolverine. I don't know who the heck he's fighting there. I don't think I've ever read this one. But some of them are like still sealed, never open. This one I like. This is when Spider-Man was hanging around with the Hulk a lot.
DC Rebirth.
Because right here is the Hulk, and that's Nova. And then there's the Deadshot dude again. And I don't know who the heck that is. But this is Revenge of the Sinister Six.
Get the comics health insurance.
And then we got this one right here. This is when Spider-Man was doing a lot of fighting with the Sinister Six, which was the
Crossovers Marvel Treasury Edition 281981. His Deathlock.
Hobgoblin. Deathlock is the version of Deadshot for Marvel.
Do you know what Amalgam Comics is?
No, never heard of it. This is Revenge of the Sinister Six again. So basically, Spider-Man teams up with Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Hulk, and the four of them go around fighting Sinister Six. Oh, and the dude, the Dream Master who goes through people's dreams. He's right there. Revenge of the Sinister Six again.
Oscar Red Wasuka is posting.
Then we got this classic Wolverine. Alright, now that's part one. Now I'm about to open part two. Give me 1 second. I gotta go to the vault. Take me 1 sec.
These should be all movies.
And then we'll do the last part of the vault next week. Now these.
Crossovers Marvel Treasury Edition 281981.
Now this is a graphic
The
novel,
Phoenix Saga.
Revival, which is pretty cool. I like Revival. It's like, kind of like zombies that come alive, but not
Amalgam
really.
Comics is cool, like they will put a DC
Revival.
character and Marvel character together to make a hero or villain.
Oh, this was a graphic novel. This was Earth 1 Superman. It's like the rebirth of Superman. This was Superman Uncaged. This is a newer one too. This came out in the 2000s.
I know what that lotion is for at the side of the bed, lol.
That's when I get up in the morning, man. I knew somebody was gonna say that. I was thinking of moving it. I was like, nah, yeah. I gotta clean that dresser up. I got mail and other stuff on
Do
there.
you have Transformers comics?
Star Wars. No Transformers. I got some Star Wars. There's another Star Wars with Luke and Darth Vader.
Crossover Superman vs. The Amazing Spider-Man, March
Another Star
1976, Oscar.
The real Han Solo right there, not the movie. Another Superman Unchained. These Superman Unchained comics is the new version of Superman, which is pretty cool. And they got an even newer one, which is like Superman
Where
1
are the
mil,
ballet shoes, lol?
which is pretty cool. Superman Unchanged. I didn't
Can
wear
I
them
do a
today.
These Nuts collection video featuring Oscar?
Alright, this was Generation M. So the storyline behind this was all the mutants
Do you got
lost their
that on
powers.
Oscar?
And only like 10% of mutants kept their powers. This is another Generation M, which is pretty cool. That dude right there, like, the bottom half of his mouth is missing, and like, his power, like, stuff like spurs from it, which is pretty cool. This one was pretty weird, because this is the Blob, but when he loses his powers, he gets down to that and has nothing but excess fat, which is pretty cool. Generation M was with Quicksilver. This is another
This
Spider-Man
is on
20.
Crossover Superman vs. The Amazing Spider-Man, March 1976.
For those that weren't here, this is another 2099. The first one I showed was the first 2099. This is number 2
Yo,
of
are you calling me
2099.
fat?
This was a different Spider-Man, different universe. He was Hispanic. This is a newer X-Men. That's the new X-Men, pretty much. Here's another new X-Men. That's the new one today. This is the Exiles. You got Blink right there. I think they tried to do her in that new joint. There's another Exiles. And this is where M Day comes
Oscar,
from.
how
Son of
do you
M.
put up with everyone talking over you? I would be mad.
I'm cool. I can deal with it. You know, I teach elementary school, so it happens, and I know how to tune it out and stay focused. That's Quicksilver right there. That's where he goes up to the Inhumans, where the moon is, to the Inhumans. He tries to take that stuff and get faster, but they stop him right there. Eventually he takes it and all the mutants lose their power. That's another new X-Men one. This is House of M, where the Sentinels come over and they start enslaving all the mutants. House of M. This is one of the deaths of Spider-Man, where he gets killed by Tombstone. This was out in like the 90s. Like early 90s. Late 90s. Another Sentinel Squad. That's a newer one, House of M type. Okay, and here we go with a classic Thor. This is what Thor used to look like for those that don't know. That was Thor. That is what he's supposed to look like. Thor looks like this. The new Thor is not Thor. Ow. Because these are a bit older. We got Captain America. This is Modam. We got an Amazing Spider-Man with Wolverine. Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Hulk been teaming up like
Thor
forever.
has red beard. Thor is lit.
That was the original Thor. That's what he used to look like. And this is the Avengers. Yeah. The Avengers. Not the Avengers we know of today. There's Wolverine. That dude's pretty cool, y'all. He's got the big silver arms. I think he could turn his arms into like guns and stuff. This was Double Dragon. Used to be a video game.
Your bong that we smoked the other day.
This used to be a video game. Chill, man. Chill, like talking nonsense, bro. This is the New Warriors. This is a pretty good one too. This was like a...
Sup, Oscar?
And there goes Wolverine with the original. What's up, kid? That's the original Wolverine. That's what he used to look like, kids. And there goes Namor, who's pretty much the same as Aquaman, just
I apologize, I was just curious.
different. And
Not
there's
much, how about you?
Wonder Woman, Storm, Colossus, when he was just wearing underwear. I forgot who that is. I forgot who this is. But that's what Wolverine used to look like. And there you go, you see Iron Man under him too. But Wolverine used to be brown and yellow with the doo-doo brown. This is another old Spider-Man.
FBI open up.
And you can tell, like, the back of these were just crazy with the advertisements, man. That was definitely the 90s. Like, they were advertising like crazy. Okay, now we start getting into the older ones.
The girl is Rouge.
This was his Spectacular Spider-Man when he first met Vulture. That's when he first saw Vulture, and Vulture kidnapped Aunt May. And that's what Aunt May looks like, kids. She's about 80 years old. Aunt May was the age of somebody's grandma. And Peter Parker was not, like, in high school, he was in college. That was when he first met Vulture. Here's another X-Men. This was a 90s X-Men. You can see about a 30-year... This was 30 years after it was made. And Super Nintendo was out, because that's what they were advertising for. I have no idea what game that was. Mystery Quest. So this was a long time ago. These are some pretty old comics. There you got a Hulk one with Juggernaut. This dude right here,
the Shadow King.
This dude is Vision. Was it the Shadow King? No, it's not the Shadow King. That wasn't the Shadow King.
Drug control, open up the door now, or we will open IT for you.
It says he's the Soul Skinner. He's not the Shadow King, he's the Soul Skinner. Shadow King was way more powerful. I don't have any comics with Shadow King. This is when Wolverine first got his own comic.
The Amazing Spider-Man Vol 11441, March 1963.
This is Iron Man. I got that one. Hold on, we're gonna get to it. This is another Avengers one. And see, like, this was the Avengers, man. They revamped the Avengers 100%. I see Iron Man in there. I see Vision.
This music is lit.
Thor wasn't there. And this dude right here, that's Quasar, who's a lot like Nova, if you guys play the games.
Where is the very first Spider-Man?
You gotta wait, man. This was a Sleepwalker. We're getting close to the end. And then I'm gonna do another one next week. That's Sleepwalker with Fantastic Four. This was another What If comic, which they don't come out with. What if Wolverine had been Lord of the Vampires during Inferno?
The X-Men girl you don't remember, her name is Rouge.
So, what if... Nah, that's not Rogue, yo. Nah, this was the Avengers, man. Rogue wasn't in the Avengers. But anyway, this right here is the What If dude. Like, he just basically watches stuff.
It's worth a lot of cash.
He's what's known as the Watcher, and he basically, in all his comics, were what if. So, like, in this one, Wolverine's a vampire. And, like, he'll just come up with crazy stuff. Like, what if Captain America had no legs? What if Captain America was through, like, just crazy what if scenarios? Here's another Ghost Rider hooked up with Doctor Strange, another classic. And then on the other side, we have Wolverine and Nightcrawler.
Stay in school and don't do drugs.
That's Wolverine and Nightcrawler. Oh, the New Warriors. That's the New Warriors right there. I don't know who they got caught up by.
What are you doing?
We're doing a comic reveal. This one right here is another classic Wolverine. I don't know why he's naked. I have no clue why Wolverine is naked. It's weird, but hey. Yeah, this was, I think...
Batman the Killing Joke.
I wonder if this is the first one, yeah. I don't know. It might be the first Wolverine. Because it's like Marvel Comics presents Wolverine. This might have been the first Wolverine independent comic.
Nice collection.
This is X-Force. You got Adam X. That's who that dude standing over top of the other dude is. And here we go with another Amazing Spider-Man. As you can see, this is Spider-Man. This is his clone who thinks he's the real Spider-Man and thinks he's the clone. Eventually, this guy becomes the Scarlet Spider. And he goes on his own to a different city, but still. This was the introduction to War Machine.
I'll look it up if you give me some move.
Iron Man and War Machine.
Do you have the very first ever issue of Spider-Man?
This one was destroyed, Quasar.
Wow, it's about time you show your room.
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna show that one. That's Quasar. Here is the new Fantastic Four. This was the new Fantastic Four. That was, like, I guess, short-lived. This was a graphic novel. They kind of took the place of the Fantastic Four. You got Hulk, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. I remember those. Those were my faves. You got X-Force.
Grey Hulk. I've been waiting.
You got X-Men with Apocalypse. This is a Namor comic. Namor is basically Aquaman, yeah. Just on steroids.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Here's another What If comic. What if Phoenix rose again with the Watcher? And that's the, you can see the classic Wolverine with the brown and yellow and black. Most people don't know Wolverine was first brown and yellow. Doo-doo brown color. Here's another Generation M. Like those. And X Factor. And now we're going to my specials that I've never opened and read. This is the Web of Spider-Man. On the front, it's got a hologram. I don't know if I can make the hologram do its thing. I really can't, but it's all good. But if you look at it...
I have a good idea for a What If comic.
It's a
Are you
hologram, and it
almost
kind of
done?
like goes at you. This was back when Brendan Fraser was doing movies. That was one of the first movies Brendan Fraser ever did, which was
Wolverine is
Encino
first a
Man.
villain.
This is an old comic, guys. This is classic. I think this came to the movies in like the 90s. And this was one of the 30-year anniversary comics. There's the first Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man. That's when Fantastic Four first encountered Spider-Man. These I keep separate from the rest. Then we go into these. At one time, Superman fought Doomsday. This was the Wizard version of it. Wizard used to be like where you get all the comic news and information from. And then and then Doomsday killed Superman.
Wow.
And then Superman, this was the first comic where Superman returns back from the dead. And these are the first ones that came out. I bought 2 of them. And then I got this special one, Superman back from the dead with that on the front. This was right after he fought Doomsday and died. I couldn't get Superman Dies, they were sold out. But all these right here have never been opened. And these are my special comics. Like, I'm serious.
Well, his clone.
I'm a serious collector, guys. And then in here, I have more comics and stuff. Hold on, let me get a little closer. I need a chair for this one.
Where did you get these? The Reign of the Superman.
I've been collecting since I've been a kid, man. Alright. This are my X-Men cards, man. So you got like all different X-Men cards, and this was like back in the day, and when you connect certain ones, they make like, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I think somebody was stealing them. Alright, for instance, like these, like you get these packs, and you got to open them up or whatever. They had that glare. Okay, there we go. And so like you get this card, but you wouldn't have these cards, and then you have to connect them and then go like that.
Collection?
Oh, I didn't collect Yu-Gi-Oh! I was in the real stuff. I like people dying and killing. Nobody dies in Yu-Gi-Oh! See, these are my X-Men cards. Hold on, let me see if it'll be better with the light as opposed to natural light, because the sun is going down. Yeah, every time I walk, that thing bounces. My bad, guys. Let's see if the glare is gone. Nope, the glare is still there. There we go. There we go. Kind of like that. And then what else we got? Got a bunch of these, but it's hard sitting on this freaking thing. Here we go.
You, in Japanese Yujo People's Day. Do you collect anime manga?
Nah, I don't collect anime manga, watch a lot, but these are like, and then see, I'll take one out. We'll take her out.
Wow.
Like on the card, you have the card itself with the person's name, and on the back, it'll tell you their mutant abilities and all that. It tells you their mutant abilities, where they're from, what they're about.
You don't watch Izadub, it's messed up.
It gives them like a mutant rating and all that. These are your newer ones, which were, I want to say, late 90s. I got a bunch of these, but hold on, there's like 3 different sets. And then here we go. These are your early 90s sets of the Marvel cards right here, where you get your classic color Wolverine. These came after the cartoon.
Show your flashlight collection.
These are before the cartoon.
Well, I gotta play Fortnite, about to get Ragnarok.
And then you got like everybody in here. Like these right here are your cosmic being cards. So these people right here are cosmic beings. This is the one from Guardians of the Galaxy. I remember you, if you guys ever seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Bye, Oscar.
Bye, bro. If you ever seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2, this is where that planet was that was alive. That's an epic cosmic card, yeah. It's an actual cosmic being with no relation to the people from Guardians of the Galaxy. He's basically a planet. He can do whatever he wants, pretty much.
Show your paper collection.
Don't have a paper collection, bud. Man,
there
if any
somebody
girl ever
else in the
sees this,
room?
I'm gonna be like a nerd, bruh. Like, yeah. And all this is in my closet hidden away, so nobody could ever see it. But yeah, I got, yo, when I said I'm a
Oscar,
collector,
show your
bruh,
flashlight collection.
I am a collector. And this is everybody. I know y'all remember this guy from the video game. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom, Blackheart. I know you guys remember him. And there goes Dracula, who was in Marvel. You got Venom. We got everybody. Red Skull. And then
Oscar, you are
very rarely you would come out with some hologram cards,
Oscar,
which
where
were
is your flashlight?
extremely hard to find. These are the hologram cards. And then here you get into more 90 cards. That's Tombstone. He's one of the dudes that killed Spider-Man once. Spider-Man has died before. More 90s cards, 90s cards, 90s, and then we're going to get into some 80s here pretty soon. I think I got some 80s. These are all 90s, 90s, and 90s. These are these cards.
Collection.
This page right here was 1980s. These are 1980 cards. My father also got me some of these when I was real young, and like he just collected them for me, knowing they'd be valuable someday. And I just read them, kept them, and held on to them. And that is all for the cards. And then I stopped, and I grew up. And I said that cost a lot of money.
Oscar, show your flashlights. DFGH.
I got like 2 flashlights. Why would you want to see a flashlight, bruh? And this binder's so old, it's like half broken, bruh. But anyway, that was part 1 of the comic book collection. I'll show you, there's only one other piece left to show you, which will be a quick show, and I'll show you guys that next week. But there was my comic book collection, yo. Serious comic book collection. From Spider-Man #1 to The Death of Superman to Superman Returns. To all my X-Men joints. And honestly,
the flashlight is a pussy. I don't get why people's wanna see that.
I think the most valuable would probably be this one, and this one. Because Superman Returns, I mean, he returns all the time now, but this is when he first died and first came back. And this was Spider-Man's first encounter with the Fantastic Four, yeah, ever. So it was like, yeah, that was the first time you ever saw Spider-Man. So that's Spider-Man #1, and then the Spider-Man 2099 #1 that I got too is worth a lot. This one might be worth something too, because this is where you first found out Superman died. This wasn't the actual comic, but it was Wizard, and it talked about, this was the battle where he died. But yeah. That was a quick watch. Now you guys, I'm gonna end this stream, but we're picking right up with Call of Duty Black Ops. I'm just gonna throw this in the closet, in my case, not throw it, but you know what I mean. Place it in its proper location, and then from that point, we can get into some Call of Duty.
Oscar, let us play Call of Duty together. Oscar, click as a link. How many times did Jean Grey die?
Say what? Say hello to my friends. When I get lonely at night, these guys come out for me. I let them chill on my bed. Is that all, y'all? What's up, guys? And then I throw.
No. Show me your flashlights.
I don't have any flashlights. Let me clean them up real quick.
You rough with pussy on. Why you spanking him?
Cause I can. Get up. Nah. We'll do some more fun like this. But yeah. Where did he come? Is that all of them?
Oscar, not a flashlight, it as a flashlight. You, that ZPS VR.
A fleshlight? No. Don't have any fleshlights. Let me put this stuff in the closet real quick.
How do you do that?
That's the PlayStation. I forgot what it's called. Something. PlayStation something? I forgot what it's called. Back in this location it goes.
What is a flashlight? What is a flashlight?
I think he's talking about a fleshlight. In my pants? No, I'm not doing that. You guys, do that research for me. Find out if they make any freaking What If comics anymore.
Are they real?
No, they're not real people. And then I got one last drawer of comics to show you, which I'll show you guys next Sunday.
I love it.
And that is the best drawer. Well, I just showed you the best two. So the Death of Superman, Spider-Man #1, Spider-Man 2099 #1, which I still think is going to be good. It was a comic that was picking up some, it was getting some good traction, but then eventually it just died down. I think Hollywood might pull it in and they might make it a real movie. And then then I showed you Spider-Man when he first got his. For those that seen this Infinity War 2, I showed you Spider-Man when he got his first suit with the little with the legs that come out of the back. And now you know.
February 1980-24, December 1980, 30, December 1981, 46, August 1984.
So Spider-Man, that suit he has in Infinity War,
You
he actually got in Civil War. He didn't get that suit
Oscar, show your
in
list
Civil
people
War.
you have on your hit list.
What? What? Hold on. We're going with Steel, I guess? I think I messed up my vape. I have no clue. My brother find out.
Oscar did 911.
What is that? What is... Oh. Alright, guys. And now... Yes, back in business. Alright, now we're about to end this stream. Well, hold on. Let me see if I can straight into a game from here. If it cuts you off, I'm switching over to Black Ops and I'm going to start a new stream, guys. It might go straight to